Hello everybody, my name is Rain Thyme, and today this is part 2 of my Pandaemonium raid series videos. The Fires of Creation. While our success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The key ward of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the wardens under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable as and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has like as not taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there they could flee to Abyssos if hard pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix last I checked. Phoenix. I have heard the name before, a fiery bird with life eternal. I think I fought one of those in the Stormblood trials, right? Suzuku, I think was the name of the fight. Or the bird. I don't know. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built upon the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. Yeah, what's that mean? And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Yeah, that sounds about right. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Habrea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium create their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. So is this another failed concept then? But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium, we would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. What do you see? Oh, that's the bird mount. I want that. No. It's a ruined version of a place in Elpis. So we're retreating here? So I guess, because that looked like the guy he was telling us about, right? So I guess he's either betrayed us, or he's under the same sort of control that this first guy was. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. The third circle now accessible. Alright. Quite well, friend. We shall gain naught from allowing the larger implications of this to distract us from the fight ahead. The Phoenix's rage will be unbridled, but I trust you are prepared for the worst. Alright. Let's go. The third circle. Alright, now let me pause it for a bit. Alright, here we go. The third circle. Alright, here we go. Man, I gotta figure out how to get that mount. Because I've seen people with it, and it's so cool. I wonder if it's from, like, the Savage. Alright, here we go. Oh shit. What was that? Experimental fire. What is that name? What is this? Okay. Stay in the middle? No, you can't stay in the middle. You should. No. Yeah, so already this is a lot harder than the other stuff. Just because I don't know what's going to happen. It happens fast. What is that? Is that thing twister? No, I just kill these? What is this? So I guess do those do like a blast every time they're on fire? Is that what that is? Oh shit! Oh! Okay, I avoided it, but I was not looking. I have 3 vulnerability stacks. I am going to die. Go ahead, this thing. Just to. Oh, that's totally. What is this? I don't know how this works. Do I have to stand in this and damage it? This is how that works. Okay, another one. My bone stats are about to fall. Nice. Okay. Wait. So, what's this? Do we overlap these? No. Okay, so these ones do a behind the sweep, whereas the first ones were in front. Okay. I guess I should turn around and stand in front of this one. Alright, now what? Stand in the middle. Ew. Oh, I can try to do that. Okay. Left cinder rings over this way. Light showing light? I don't know what that is. Oh shit, no. Hey, back. Okay, is this like a clockwork thing? Yeah, so we think of something else we've seen before. What is that? They're throwing? Okay. Do we have spread out now? No, it seems okay. that thing? I've seen that before with the, I don't know, it's like a lily? Is that like a white mage thing? I'm so glad the automaton queen has like a sound cue for when it hits 100, because I do not watch that gauge. Okay. I'll have to watch this back later and see what the tell is for that cat, because I've missed it every time. I don't know if I'm just not watching my cast bar, or what it is. Maybe there's like a visual cue for it. Back up. Oh, dark fire now. Okay, I don't know. Oh, so it kills the dark fire. Okay. So I guess I don't have to worry about the dark fire. Just not stand on it. Oh, fuck. I walked into that. I used to do this for a long time. Ooh, I'm about done. Nice. Alright, GG. That was a good fight. I'm assuming the mount drops on the Savage version? I think it goes from normal to Savage, right? Alright, I'm out of here. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. Yeah, now what? As you've told us, there is but one person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of internment drag the phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit, or you are no mere trespassers. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keyword Hesperos. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Asphodelos, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why, Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depth. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Damn, so this is La Habrea's son? But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence! You are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surely bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I shall stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemetheos, I shall serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. Oh shit, Uno reversed. He's gonna chain us up. And he shall require no other. I think not. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Asphodelos is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of internment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. refrain. Let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Light. Flashbanged him. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master internment so quickly, to say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Were they fritter away in their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival in Rich Thonos. Even dullards have their uses. That's interesting. Please, leave me be. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Enriched Thonos worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. That's something, isn't it? Alright, I'm guessing the next fight will probably be the last in the set. And then we'll probably go into Abyssos. Much as I am loath to disturb Rich Thonos so soon after what just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. He seemed reticent to... I just gave up. Alright. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said that you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you hadn't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles. But that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher here. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You've the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see there is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. was in place. My mother is no longer with us. That's sad. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities. With nary a moment spared to mourn her, what love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Ah, I see. She is no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand after all. Namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing, quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to internment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him, after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyboard of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? I want answers as well. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well. Let us try Erychthonius' plan. Thank you, Rain. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Phygolacos, a beast which feeds off the aether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with. And we know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. He's a vampire. That's basically what they're saying. Alright, last one, I think. He called himself Hematheos and claimed immortality. I know not how he discovered this dark art, but his actions do not bespeak a sound mind. That Hesperos possessed such a lust for power that he would resort to this. Clearly I misjudged him. I'd like nothing more than to strike him down myself, but seeing you wipe that arrogant grin off his face will taste just as sweet. Alright, we're starting the fourth circle. Should be the final fight in this part of the raid series. Gotta remember to look at the camera up there and not my face, which is down here. I imagine those spikes will just kill me, right, if I walk into them. That's why it cut to it, I presume. Alright, here we go. Can we move back out? Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, so the spikes. They do pretty. I didn't catch the name of that pass. So I was on the floor. Still haven't figured this out yet. Or maybe the DPS don't save me? Fuck. I saw the red text the last second, I'm like, wait a minute. This is just stand anywhere except for the one with the icon on it. What's that? Wait. find I'm doing a lot more following other people. Wait, now what? Okay, I think I get it right. As long as it's not... Okay, yeah. It is. Just don't stand amongst the heavy light on it. Now what are we doing? Definitely don't want to stand on the green one. Everyone's standing over here. So is it fine if I just stand in this tank one? I got a bone stat? Oh, maybe it's because you have to have... I think the reason I got a volume stack from the part before this was because not all of the circles were filled. Yeah, we can still get a healer update too. I was thinking about the mechanic beforehand, so I died there. I don't know what killed me. So I guess I can take this tank one, right? Yes. Yeah. So I picked up something from that, but I'm not sure what that was. So the side? No? I guess it doesn't go off fast enough. I can just stand to the side and then move to the center. If it's the push out thing. I still don't think I understand this mechanic. I might end up just having to look it up later because this one just isn't clicking with me. Like, are these, like, is this a safe square? Since it's just water, or if I stand here, will it still do something? I can probably move over here now that that's done his thing. That guy's standing way over there, so yeah. Nope, I just don't listen. Alright, well, didn't quite go. That didn't really go smoothly, but. It's an interesting one. Pandaemonium. Asphodelos complete. suppose now we get some answers and then continue on to Abyssos. Now, Timaeus, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had Lahabre's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. I guess we didn't get the answers we wanted, huh? He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would like to know why he chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate has chosen you and not him to be Lahabre's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everything else? I've never heard of such a thing. It happens, but that doesn't mean it's right. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true, how it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What? What is his presence? Erythranos, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. A warding sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Just when I had thought our work to be done, did this tragedy unfold all throughout Pandaemonium? Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments, for more potential hemethydoi. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not use heart yet, Erythranos. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first hemethydoi, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandaemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield enchantment magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that? Then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so. I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help. Should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Asphodelos and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain within Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Timaeus' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. We've all achieved. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense. You owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we have likely succumbed to the hippocampus' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Timaeus. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Rain his rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Ah, so you don't serve the convocation. I suppose I needn't worry about you going behind our backs to curry favor with La Habrea. My friend would be very curious to hear what has occurred here. However, I fear that if I left Pandaemonium, the wards protecting it would quickly deteriorate. I hope he does not mind assuming some of my duties in the meantime. Alright, let's go back and speak with Claudian. Welcome, Rain. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? So there is evil afoot in Pandaemonium. An already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Rain heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are questions yet to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived amongst the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery with the help of Rain, of course. By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the same present he left. Which can only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know that I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. It shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Maylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here, and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return for that should aid you in the trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to pursue the records of events that you have reported here, an MGG has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Let's see. Skill speed, I guess? But I guess this is where I'll end the video for now. It's gonna be a long one. I think I'm gonna split it up more than I thought I was going to at the start, because it's already gonna be like a ton of time to upload. So I'll probably split it up a bit and then upload it piece by piece, and then I'll probably be back another day to record the Asphodelos raids. So I guess I'll leave it off here for now. Thanks for watching.